Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get over to jerichogreen.net. And I'm gonna talk about a couple things. And the last thing is the funniest shit ever. So first I want to talk about what's her name? Joy Reid. That's her name. Over there on MSNBC or wherever she's at. But she was talking about how, people of color who are missing don't get the same amount of attention of white women who go missing. And side note, she jumped all over Nicki Minaj for giving her opinion about getting the poke. And one of the things she told her was, you have a platform. You reach 22 million people. She says, I reach 2 million, but you reach 22 million. So you should use your platform to do good. Okay. So if you have a platform of 2 million followers on Twitter, Joy Reid, then how come your Twitter feed isn't flooded with pictures of missing black folks, kids, women, men, whoever, people of color, indigenous people, all these people you drag out to use as a weapon? Why isn't your Twitter feed flooded with information about these missing colored people, these people lower on the color chart? Since you're all up in Nicki Minaj's shit about how she uses her platform, you got 2 million, that's nothing to sneeze at. Why aren't you using your platform to do the bullshit you're going after other people about? That's just like telling people how to spend their money. Well, how much money do you need? You need to do this with your money. Don't tell nobody what to do shit with their money. Don't tell people what to do with their platform, especially when you have a significant platform yourself. So why don't you start highlighting these cases of missing people of color and indigenous people and any other stupid ass group you can use to squeeze some victimhood out of? But again, like the rest of these dumbasses, she's not serious. But she's talking about how white women who go missing are the ones who get the most attention, and the people who are lower on the color chart, fuck you. Well, as usual, they are lying, okay? I think what the media has is not, and what does she call it? Missing white woman syndrome. I think the media, of course the media is racist. They've shown us time and time again. Let a 4-year-old black kid get shot 15 times in the face, nothing. But let some white cop step on a black person's toe, next thing you know, that cop is fired and half the city's on fire. So what I think is the media has an obsession with pretty people, with beauty. Because you don't ever see any ugly white women on TV, do you? You see some busted face, missing white women on TV? No. So where's the race angle? You ever see any missing white men? No, but I thought it was racist. You're telling me because they're darker skinned, nobody gives a shit. And if you have lighter skin, everybody gives a shit. So tell me where the ugly missing white women and the missing white men, ugly or not, where? When there are people missing, somebody cares, somebody puts the word out. But the media is interested in getting views. And if somebody who's pretty is going to get them that's what they're going to do. So where are the ugly white women? Tell me. There'll be plenty of high profile cases. What's her name? Lacey Peterson. Yeah, that woman that went missing in the Caribbean. And now Gabby Petito is the latest one. That's what sparked her to say that stupid shit. I'm not saying the media is not racist. I'm just saying in this case, you're full of shit. Because if it was just about the white woman's skin color, then we would see ugly white women on TV too who went missing. And instead of singling it out about race, instead of making it a race issue, why don't you just say we need more attention to missing people in general? I'm sure we all want to see missing people come home. We don't want to see anyone without their relatives, without their loved ones, without their spouse, or whoever these people might be to the people they're missing from. But to sit here and say that the reason they get more attention is simply because they're white is fucking stupid. As usual. Also, what's her name? Greta Feugen. Remember the little teenage climate warrior? Remember her getting up there in front of the UN and all this other shit? How dare you? How dare you? Well, you know what? She's back. But this time, she's not some little teenage shit with a microphone in front of her face. She is an adult shit with a microphone in front of her face. That's right, Greta Feugen is an adult. So now I can say to her, you are a little piece of shit. She was up there, again, in front. Who keeps sitting here listening to some young punk tell them how to run the world? But she's up there with blah, blah, blah. You say you're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. For somebody who travels around the world for free and gets to be with famous people and gets wined and dined, and all you got to do is walk around and talk about some fantasy shit that's never going to happen, you sure are a mean little unhappy shit. Why are you so mad? My goodness. Blah, 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 climate. Shut your ass up. We ain't going to do shit about no climate change. You know how long I've had 3 trash cans in my backyard? Garbage, recycling, and yard waste. For years, decades, we've had multiple trash cans in front of in our driveway, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever your trash day is. Nothing. Been doing this for decades. Now they're telling us we got 10 to 12 years before we all die. So when are we going to figure out how to fight climate change? Oh, I know. We can't fight climate change because the earth does what it's going to do. The earth is going to earth, okay? We are nothing. We are fleas on the nuts of planet Earth. We are insignificant little shit specks on the planet. We make no difference. We make a minor difference. Yeah, can we move it somewhere and leave some trash and fuck some shit up? Yeah, but on the grand scale, no. Remember that BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico? At its height, it was putting out, 5 billion parts, or 1 part oil per 5 billion parts of water. So you've seen the footage. This thing is pumping out oil like you wouldn't believe, 24/7, 365, oil. And at its height, it was basically 1 drop of oil for every 5 billion drops of water. So that further proves my point that we ain't shit. Now, of course, it's terrible when we do things like that and harm the environment, but we're not going to damage it. We're not going to change the course of the planet's temperature. We are not that significant, even though we have our buildings and our cars and our gases and the hole in the ozone and all that bullshit. And again, did that hole in the ozone close? Because when I was a kid, when I was in junior high and stuff, in high school, it was all about the hole in the ozone. Don't use this hairspray because it's going to put a hole in the ozone layer. So one or two things is going to happen. Either that hole is going to get bigger and it should be 300 degrees on Earth, or that shit closed. And if that shit closed, if that hole in the ozone closed, somebody let me know in the comment section. I feel like I've read somewhere that it did. But if that hole in the ozone did close, who closed it? Because of us? Is it because we took straws away and we have plastic utensils made out of potatoes? Is that why the hole in the ozone closed? No, it's because the earth closed it itself. But anyway, that angry little shit is back at it again, but she's an adult now, so welcome to the jungle, you little Scandinavian fucker. And before I go into the last part, which is hilarious, I want to let you know something, guys. The future of America is looking worse every day. Those who are observant have the feeling that something really bad is going to happen soon. If it does, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out my Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families. Right now, you can save 25% off of their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed with 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you might need it sooner than that. So don't wait. Go to preparewithjericho.com and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. That is preparewithjericho.com. You'll save 25% if you act now. Now, let me tell you some funny shit. Now, when I talk about the WNBA and how ridiculous people's reaction to it is, what I'm talking about is not the players themselves so much as people's reaction, people saying that they should get paid as much as the NBA, and there's some kind of sexism or racism at play as to why they're not paid as much as the NBA. And when people put them on the same athletic level as NBA players, that shit is laughable and stupid. So, in Arizona, I don't know what their name is, but I'll put a link to an article in the description box. But, I don't know, there's 4-6 teams, whatever. And it's the WNBA SemiFinals. And the team that's from Phoenix or whatever, they're in it. But they won't be able to play on their home court. Why, Jericho? I'll tell you. Do you think it's because maybe a pipe burst in there? Or maybe the structure's unsound? Maybe there was a natural disaster and they can't get in there. There was a fire. Or something happened and the Red Cross needs to use their home stadium as some kind of a shelter. Nope, it's none of that. The reason that the Women's National Basketball Association semifinal contest is being moved is because they need the building for Disney on Ice. That's right, people. You heard me correctly. This ain't WNBA regular season. This is the semifinals. This is the playoffs. Playoffs? This is the playoffs, okay? Win or go home, all right? And they are moving this contest. These feats of athleticism by these ladies. They are moving them to the Arizona State University arena for Disney on fucking Ice. Why, you ask? Because all that matters is money. The color of these dummies don't mean shit. What they got down says they're fucking clams. Yeah. They don't mean nothing. All that matters is this. You see these 3 fingers? This right here. That's all that matters. So they are going to move these female athletes to another facility so a bunch of people in suits with a bunch of mascots can ice skate around in front of a bunch of snot-nosed brats. The WNBA ain't shit. And you know what? Just like Shaq said, drop the hoop to 8 feet so you guys can dunk and it's exciting and more people will go to watch. But until you do something like that, you will continue to get relocated for Disney on Ice, for Goofy, Mickey, Donald, and all of them to be ice skating around in fucking mascot uniforms. And here we go, guys. Here's the cherry on top of this sexist sundae. Here's another layer. It might happen again for an NBA preseason game. Could you imagine? Take out how you feel about the NBA. Could you imagine moving an NBA semifinal game for another sport's preseason? It don't even matter yet. They're just practicing. We're talking about practice. Yes, they're still practicing. And they're going to move these fucking women. That shit is too much. So shut the fuck up with all this. They're just like the NBA, and they just need another chance. No. They Disney on Ice. What else do you need to say? Nothing more. I'm going to get over here and wrap up my state-mandated meal period. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link and get onto JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.